A future film will feature Cassandra Webb as Madam Web in a role where she takes the lead and creates her web of mayhem. Well, now that's something we can work with. Since the Spider-Verse is growing at the same dizzying rate as the multiverse, we are here to see yet another part of it. That's right, after a long gap in the superhero genre, both the DCEU and the MCU will soon be getting a new film led by a female superhero. And whether you're ready for her or not, here comes Madam Web as our star figure. Take a look. By this point in the 21st century, even people who don't read comic books are familiar with the name Spider-Man. It's almost as if he's someone we just all seem to know. And why not? At this point, the character itself has been portrayed 4 times. 3 times individually, and once collectively, nostalgically, and epically in Spider-Man No Way Home. Unfortunately, this cannot be true for Madam Web. You see, one of the main reasons she was cast as the film's star was likely so that she could finally give audiences the kind of fresh take they've been begging for, what with all the recent remakes failing to hit the mark. Anyway, since work on Madam Web began almost 4 years ago, several interesting new features have appeared, ones you should definitely know. But before anything else, here's who Madam Web really is. Madam Web, a mutant who possessed clairvoyance and precognition, first appeared to aid Spider-Man in his search for a kidnap victim. Cassandra Webb, who was born in Salem, Oregon, as a character is paralyzed and blind due to the degenerative disease myasthenia gravis. Her husband had then created a life support system that she was hooked up to. Sometimes she even lends a hand to Spider-Man, who is aware of his identity. Meanwhile, in the comic books, during the events of Decimation, Madam Web was not one of the mutants who lost their abilities. Sarah and Anna Kravenov attacked and killed her, but not before she could transfer her precognitive abilities and her blindness to her successor, Julia Carpenter. Among Madam Web's mutant abilities are telepathy, clairvoyance, prescience, and the capacity to detect the psionic abilities of others. She also has the ability to manifest in spirit form and perform psychic surgery on others. Unfortunately, myasthenia gravis, a problem in the passage of nerve impulses between muscles, killed Madam Web. This made her a helpless invalid who needed constant mechanical assistance to stay alive. Yet this is no longer the case because she has now been cured and will actively be seen fighting off crime. That said, fans are, without a doubt, experiencing a great deal of excitement about the star-studded team of Madam Web, with speculations running wild about the unique roles that these amazing actors will play in the film. For starters, the race is being led by Dakota Johnson, who is expected to play the mysterious role of Madam Web herself in the next film. Fans are anxiously anticipating Dakota's portrayal of the clairvoyant heroine, yet it is unknown which precise version of the character she will bring to life when the film is released. The long red coat that is synonymous with the figure Julia Carpenter also appears to be present in several of the photographs that have been circulating, lending credibility to the similarity between the two. So really, fans are left confused right now about how these two characters will fit into the story, as sources say that Julia Carpenter will be played by the outstanding Sydney Sweeney, who sported strawberry blonde hair on set. And if you ask me, this simply adds another layer to the mystery of identity overlap, leaving the audience wondering how these two characters will be connected to one another. Similarly to Johnson and Sweeney, an impressive cast of other actors contributes to the excitement that surrounds the upcoming picture. For example, Maddie Franklin, the subsequent Spider-Woman, is expected to be portrayed by Celeste O'Connor, who is most known for her role in the film Ghostbusters Afterlife. This then bodes well for an interesting addition to the lineup of Spider-themed heroes. Also, Isabella Merced, who plays Rosaline, is expected to play Anya Corazon, the character who will eventually become Spider-Girl, which will further expand the ensemble of characters who are spider-powered. It has also been claimed that Emma Roberts may portray the role of Mary Parker, Peter Parker's mother, though Roberts has stated that her character in the film will not have any magical abilities. As a result, this choice of actor presents an opportunity to look into the history of the Parker family and to offer some light on Peter Parker's early days as Spider-Man. Alongside her, Adam Scott is said to play Ben Parker, Peter's adored uncle, whose impact and tragic demise are essential components of the Spider-Man story. And let's not forget that fans are left to speculate about the characters that Tahar Rahim, Mike Epps, and Zoja Mamet may play because they have been cast in roles that have not been revealed. All in all, Madam Web is set to deliver a gripping and enthralling cinematic experience, which will draw audiences deeper into the Spider-Man universe and leave them eagerly awaiting the premiere of this highly anticipated picture. And trust me, with such a strong cast, Madam Web appears to be set to deliver this experience. Right now, the announcement that Sony is developing a standalone film for Madam Web as part of their Spider-Man cinematic universe is sure to excite fans, and it also paves the way for a narrative that is both interesting and original. You see, the unusual talents that Madam Web possesses, which set her apart from the physically enhanced heroes that we typically witness, help to make her origin narrative even more intriguing and engaging. For one, with her psychic and intuitive talents, Madam Web is about to undertake a journey that will take her into the mysterious world of spiders, where she will hopefully solve puzzles and discover dimensions that are beyond what is usual. Secondly, as an origin story, it provides the opportunity to comprehend the events that led to the development of her abilities, the trials that she must overcome, and the maturation of her personality as she comes to terms with her role as the clairvoyant. Also, for those of you who are not aware, being a clairvoyant is actually just being able to have psychic abilities. All that cool stuff, you know? And even while not much information has been revealed regarding the plotline, it appears that the movie may take some artistic liberties and not completely adhere to the storyline that was presented in the comic book. Now, since you are definitely wondering, the decision to give the role of the old Cassandra Webb to an actress in her 30s who is usually blind and tied to a life support system shaped like a spider web adds an unexpected turn of events to the story. Because of this departure from the comics, the filmmakers are able to give the character fresh meaning and bring new twists to the table, which keeps fans on the edge of their seats. Nothing like you have seen before. Not to forget the setting of the movie in New York City in the year 2000, along with references to Beyoncé's first studio album and the advent of 3G speed, serves as a sentimental backdrop that transports audiences to a particular era and location. So really, this might lend an interesting new dimension to the narrative, while also drawing attention to the fact that Madam Web's talents aren't limited by either time or space. Now, as for who will be playing the bad guy in the upcoming Madam Web, recent photos from the film set reveal that Tahar Rahim plays Ezekiel Sims, a futuristic version of Spider-Man who will be responsible for spreading chaos. Not to mention, those working behind the scenes of Madam Web guarantee an exciting and expertly designed movie-going experience, where the film's director is S.J. Clarkson, who has already contributed her distinct vision and storytelling skills to a number of other great productions. In the same pool, we have Burke Sharpless and Matt Sazama, both accomplished writers who have contributed to past films, who will draft the screenplay for Madam Web. And of course, their participation in the script guarantees that the plot will be created with care, allowing us to lose ourselves in the mysterious and compelling tale of the clairvoyant heroine. Again, nothing that we have seen before. Meanwhile, besides Lorenzo di Bonaventura and Prahlad Patel, Eric Hausum is also producing the picture, so there's that. And before it slips my mind, Madam Web has been filmed in multiple Massachusetts cities, including Boston, as well as in New York City. Also, if you didn't already know, the completion of principal photography on the film in the early years of 2023 marked a major completion point. At the end of the day, it's not that male-driven superhero movies are necessarily problematic, it's really just so we could all appreciate a break from the usual every once in a while. To that end, though, the star-studded Madam Web appears ready to offer a new form of entertainment to everyone who wants it. It will be out in approximately a year, as already discussed, but in the meantime, there is plenty of other SSU material and Spider-Man adaptations to watch, so why not grab your popcorn? Anyway, as for the release date, here's what I know so far. The release date of the action film was previously slated for July 2023, but Sony moved it up a few months. Of course, the reasons are unknown up till now, but after 2 delays, on February 16, 2024, Madam Web will be finally showing in theaters. Beyond that, one thing's for sure, Madam Web will definitely be a part of Sony's Spider-Man universe. Also, there are currently no official trailers for the film that have been released to the public. So, now that I've built the excitement levels up to 1,000, what are your thoughts on this upcoming masterpiece of a movie? Let me know in the comments below while making sure you get all your favorite updates by slamming on the bell icon. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you very soon.